Greetings, YouTube. Pardon me being all bundled up, but it's 60 degrees in my office right now. I guess winter isn't quite over. This past week, President Barack Obama signed a memorandum for the Department of Health and Human Services. This memorandum laid down some new rules for hospital visitations and specifically said that any hospital that receives federal funding of any kind cannot discriminate against a person uh, to have access to their partner based on sexual orientation, gender identity. Now, this is a very quiet, very subtle memorandum. It completely and utterly gets around the issue of Congress, and yet it grants the gay community the right to see their partners in the hospital when they are ill or dying. Now, you can well imagine the conservative religious community is not happy with this. They are saying that it's another example of him extending powers beyond his purview. But funny, when the last administration that did that kind of thing on almost a daily basis, no one seemed to bat an eye. But this particular type of political move, this memorandum to the Department of Health and Human Services, has been used in the past when civil rights were put into power and when Medicare was enacted. The president passed a memorandum saying that any hospital that received federal funding, that is what Medicare is, federal funding. Remember that. Medicare is federally funded health care. Yeah, amazing, isn't it? That any hospital that received that would have to racially integrate within 1 year. They did. The world did not end. And I do not see this memorandum enacted by President Obama as a gay rights issue. I see it as a human rights issue. Simple, common decency to allow the people you love to be with you in the worst moments of your life when you are sick, or worse, dying. Because I may believe in an afterlife, but it doesn't mean I want to give up this one just quite yet. And I understand the impact that a death, even mine, would have on others. And I want my partner to be there. Now, I'm legally married to my wife, and thankfully, in the state of New Hampshire where I live, I could be legally married to any person regardless of their gender, so long as they're of the age of consent. But not all places in the United States have marital equality. And this memorandum is going to make sure that they can be by the bedside of the people they love. And that is profound. It's an incremental step in the right direction. It isn't as big as it should be, because true marital equality is either going to have to require a congressional act, which isn't going to happen anytime soon, or going to have to face a case in the Supreme Court and be declared constitutionally unconstitutional to deny people of the same sex access to full marital equality, which I think is far more likely, just as it was in 1967 for racial inequality in the case Loving versus Virginia. But I'm happy about this decision. I'm happy about this memorandum. I haven't been happy with a lot of things Obama has done since he's been in office. There are a few of his policies I wasn't happy with, even though I voted him into office. And I will vote him back into office when he's up for re-election. But this decision, I fully endorse. I'm glad he did it. Because today, he's shown that we in America, at least, believe in human rights and believe that love is love, regardless of anything else.